Welcome aboard the Culture Statement. My name is Vince. Let's see what we find out there today.
What's going on, guys? Hope you're having a good one today. Do y'all remember way back in 2019 when Martin Scorsese did an interview where he mentioned how much he hated the comic book movies? Well, it turns out recently he did another interview where he expanded on that point, so let's go over that. Bounding into comics reports, Martin Scorsese explains why he believes comic book movies are a danger to our culture. Director Martin Scorsese, known for his films The Departed, The Wolf of Wall Street, Goodfellas, and Gangs of New York, among others, recently explained why he believes comic book movies are a danger to American culture. While speaking with GQ, Scorsese asserted, "The danger there is what it's doing to our culture because there are going to be generations now that think movies are only those. That's what movies are." He continued, "They already think that, which means that we have to then fight back stronger. And it's got to come from the grassroots level. It's got to come from the filmmakers themselves. And you'll have, the Safdie brothers, and you'll have Chris Nolan, you know what I mean? And hit them from all sides. Hit them from all sides and don't give up. Let's see what you got. Go out there and do it. Go reinvent. Don't complain about it, but it's true because you've got to save cinema," he elaborated. It's funny that he mentions Nolan, considering that, as you see in this picture here, uh, one of the films that really shot Nolan's star into the stratosphere was the Batman trilogy he did. So, comic book movies there. But with that being said, you have to agree with him. Nolan is one of the greats out there who could make a film about J. Robert Oppenheimer and make almost $1 billion. So let's continue with the article. He then went on to describe the types of comic book movies he's specifically criticizing. "I do think that the manufactured content isn't really cinema. So, MCU, DCU, everything, every comic book movie we've had since Disney bought Marvel, basically." Scorsese detailed, "No, I don't want to say it, but what I mean is that it's manufactured content. It's almost like AI making a film. And that doesn't mean you don't have incredible directors and special effects people doing beautiful work. But what does it mean? What do these films, what will they give you? Aside from a kind of consumption of something and then eliminating it from your mind, your whole body. So what is it giving you?" He's absolutely right. These movies, these modern superhero movies are just junk food movies. It's like McDonald's versus a real steak and salad. From there, Scorsese made it clear he believes cinema is the creator saying something with the movie. He explained, "I'm looking forward to new ways. It's just, I got as far as this, and that's what I do. That's it. And if I could just muster up the energy, God willing, to make a couple more, one more maybe, and that's it, okay. That's as far as I got. You keep going until you can't. But what I mean is that you got to rip it out of your skull and your guts," he continued, "to find out what do you really feel should be said at this point in life about you. You got to say something with the movie. Otherwise, what's the point of making it? You've got to be saying something." Scorsese famously criticized Marvel films back in November 2019 in an opinion piece published by the New York Times. In the article, he explained why he believes Marvel movies are not cinema, something he shared with Empire in October 2001. I think they mean 2019. "I don't see them. I tried. But that's not cinema. Honestly, the closest I can think of them, as well made as they are, with actors doing the best they can under the circumstances, is theme parks. It isn't the cinema of human beings trying to convey emotional, psychological experiences to another human being." 100%. He's absolutely right. Look at Marvel. Look at how disjointed everything is. Look at, everything is pretty, I guess. I mean, not lately. The CGI's taken a hit recently, but everything's pretty and the actors are good at their jobs. They go in, they give out adequate performances, but there's no heart to any of it. There's no heart to the stories. The writers behind everything just they don't they don't have any passion, any creativity anymore. Anyways, let's continue. He wrote, "For me, for the filmmakers I came to love and respect, for my friends who started making movies around the same time that I did, cinema was about revelation, aesthetic, emotional and spiritual revelation. It was about characters, the complexity of people and their contradictory and sometimes paradoxical natures, the way they can hurt one another and love one another and suddenly come face to face with themselves. It was about confronting the unexpected on the screen and in the life it dramatized and interpreted, and enlarging the sense of what was possible in the art form," Scorsese continued. He then declared, "And that was the key for us. It was an art form. There was some debate about that at the time, so we stood up for cinema as an equal to literature or music or dance." After providing a number of examples of films he believes fit this mold, he contrasted it with Marvel fare. Many of the elements that define cinema as I know it are there in Marvel pictures. What's not there is revelation, mystery, or genuine emotional danger. Nothing is at risk. The pictures are made to satisfy a specific set of demands, and they are designed as variations on a finite number of themes. I mean, I know it's not Marvel, but look at Blue Beetle. It really does feel like an AI just took all the elements of every Marvel movie in the last 10 years, threw them into a blender, and spit out this movie. It feels like, oh hey, look, there's a scene from Iron Man. Oh hey, look, it feels like Ant Man. It feels like Doctor Strange. It mm. So yeah, it is. There's no mystery. There's no genuine anything. Nothing genuine to these films anymore. You can almost feel the stockholders in the background holding out, money, please,
Money, please.
every time they print out a film. He elaborated. They're sequels in name, but they are remakes in spirit. And everything in them is officially sanctioned because it can't really be any other way. That's the nature of modern film franchises. Market researched, audience tested, vetted, modified, re-vetted, and remodified until they're ready for consumption. He later reiterated this point. Many films today are perfect products manufactured for immediate consumption. Many of them are well made by teams of talented individuals. All the same, they lack something essential to the cinema: the unifying vision of an individual artist. Because, of course, the individual artist is the riskiest factor of all. To this end, he notes there are two types of movies. The situation, sadly, is that we now have two separate fields. There's worldwide audiovisual entertainment, and there's cinema. They still overlap from time to time, but it's becoming increasingly rare. But that's becoming increasingly rare. And I fear that the financial dominance of one is being used to marginalize and even belittle the existence of the other. What do you make of Scorsese's explanation for why he views comic book movie fare as a danger to society? Personally, I have to say I agree with him. As great as Phase 1 Marvel was, as great as even up through Phase 3 Marvel was, I feel like movies as a whole, cinema, as he says, has all gone downhill since at least 2010. I feel like slowly over time, it's just become more and more processed junk food. It just seems to feel like it's getting churned out, and it's less enjoyable. Movies come out now, and they do these they do these press releases now where they come out and they list 10 years worth of movies where none of them have even been written. So how can they do that? Well, because it doesn't matter. They don't need to write them because it's all just going to be copy and paste plots, copy and paste characters, copy and paste situations, and you know that none of it's going to matter because there's always going to be some big team up movie teased at the end, so no one can die or nothing bad can happen in the movies in between. So what's the point in going to see any of them? It literally is intellectual junk food. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you think down below, and I will see you guys next time.
Thanks for stopping by. If you like this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and follow me on the X at CultureSailor1. I'll see you next time, and as always, fair winds and following seas.